Hi, I'm here today with the Anycubic Photon Mono M7 Pro, and this is a really cool resin printer here, and I'll show you how to make prints like these. But first, let's set this up. It's packaged very well, and unboxing is pretty easy to do. You have all this foam, and then just pick out all the pieces that you need. You have this large cardboard box with everything in it. You even have gloves and a scraper, so you can immediately get started with this. I really appreciate the small details like this little foam here with the smiley face. So when you take that off, you have it nice and packaged. Okay, so let's set this thing up. Okay, so first off, we need to install the antenna, which can be done right back here. You have a small little antenna, so you can use it with a Wi-Fi. And that is nice and secure. Then let's plug in the power cord. You see right over there. And plug this into the wall. You can immediately hear a fan noise and it will start loading the load screen. You can select your language right there and then select your network. You can see the steps in the book right here. But you also get on-screen instructions when you first install this, so that's pretty nice. And then notice how this also is a touch screen, so you can easily navigate here. Okay, so first up is the print platform. Just slide that right in and then tighten the knob. So that's nice and secure. Then you have the resin basin. Just click that on in place. There are a few holes there that you can put that in. So it's easy in place. And then just tighten the knobs. Then you can just pour in some resin. I got the Anycubic Standard Black, but you can use any resin for this. It doesn't come with any resin, so you need to buy this yourself. So that's something to keep into consideration. But you can just buy these off any 3D printing brand shop and then just pour it in and fill it. Then you can download the app and click on More here. I already had an Anycubic printer, and then just add printer. And then you can scan the code right here and easily add it to your app. So now you see the printer here and the status. You can update the firmware. You can even, right from within the app, search for models because they use Maker Online, and you can just go into the app and send a model right from your app to the printer and start printing immediately. So that's very cool. But let's go over to the printer to start slicing and printing away. Okay, so I can go into the Anycubic software here. It's a slicer software that you can use. I already have a printer installed, but you can go to the workbench. This is the previous printer here, and then you can click on Add New. And then if you're on the same LAN as the device, it should find that immediately. Okay, so let's go to Thingiverse and search for another Pokemon Eevee. It's really cool. And then find a good one. There are a lot of things on here that you could search and download. Cool, this could be a multicolor one. And get the STL file. You could also do a multicolor one here. So we're just going to download the STL file. It's cool, and then go into the software and then just import that. Now we can change the size and everything, but let's just go and slice that. And then remote print that right to the Anycubic one. And then the printer will pick that up and immediately start receiving it and start printing. So that's pretty cool. It's slicing right now, as you can see. So you can see everything on the device. Like the remaining time, for example, and the current layer it's on. So right now it's 2 hours and 10 minutes still that needs to print. And I decided to go for a cool little hamster as well. Okay, so let's take a look at our first print. And the disadvantage with resin printers like this is that you need to put on some gloves if you want to handle this, because the resin, it's quite toxic. So I've handled this without gloves before, but if you do that a lot, you can get a little irritated spots on your hands, and some are more inclined to that than others. So let's take this off. Just unscrew this. And then we're good to go. Okay, so when it's done with these resin printers, it's best to just let it drip a little bit until it is all dripped out and there in the reservoir. So pretty cool. You get a little spatula here, which is quite the same as you get from like the hardware store. You can easily get underneath that and then just pick that up. And just clean that up a bit. Then remove these supporting structures. And here we have our little hamster. Very detailed, so quite cool. So it's really easy to get great quality and great looking figurines here with a resin printer, but that isn't even the best part that I like about this Anycubic one over others. That's here at the back. So you have a reservoir here, which is self-filling, so you can just add your tank in there or the bottle, and it will auto refill for the right amount of resin here, so you don't have the complete basin filled every time. And also you have your spare one in there, so if you have a little bit larger prints and you're almost out, then it can refill and it doesn't stop the print. So I think that's a really cool feature here. So I really recommend this one for anyone looking for an easy to use resin printer.